Recon 1, this is Command. What's your status?
Command, we're holding position. Light cover, low on supplies and ammo. Team stable but stretched thin. Any word on reinforcements?
Negative. We sent the signal, but no response yet. If they show up, you have the green light.
Understood. Without support, we're gonna be sitting ducks out here. We'll have to pull back.
Roger that. Keep your comms open, Recon 1.
We're ready and standing by. Recon 1, out.
Hey Wargamers, welcome back to the channel, Death From Above Wargaming. I'm Aaron.
I'm Ben.
What did you think of that video? Some big news we have for you today. DFA is launching its Season 8 Kickstarter. Now, why a Kickstarter, you might ask?
That's a very good question.
Brilliant question, indeed. So for 7 years, we've been producing content. We started this in the very beginning of 2019. So if you do the math, we're going into Season 8, believe it or not. It's hard to believe, actually. I always joke, like when I go back and look at old videos, like the only good thing about them is my hairline.
I love them.
That's the only thing that's gotten worse. Everything else has gotten better. The audio, the video, like, I mean, obviously technology's come a long way.
I still go back and watch it because that's the stuff that I watched in the lead up.
That's right. The vintage stuff, the old days with Kevin and Tom, and now obviously we've got Dan and Ben. We've got a whole team behind us. And, you know, it's been tremendous. So, and first and foremost, thank you to our patrons who have gotten us this far. It's quite amazing. You guys are phenomenal. There's about 370 of you. It's like the
370.
Spartans.
It's like the World of Honor, yeah.
It is, it is. You guys are tremendous. And some of them have been with us literally since the very, very beginning.
Yeah. Holding the pass, as it were.
It's true. Patrons, fun fact, in the honor roll in the beginning, I sort them first by tier, you know, elite, NCO, and then veteran, and then by, like, you know, years of service, basically. So some of those guys have been up at the top of that list a very, very long time. But thank you, of course, to all you guys.
Big thank you.
But as we look ahead, Ben, into next year, we want to do more. We want to be able to plan better. And we just need a little bit more. Our patrons, again, phenomenal, but that is just basically covering not even fully our operational expenses. Obviously, we have studio costs, Adobe licenses costs, you know, all of our software.
There's a ton of stuff behind the scenes that you know, this is a big deal. Like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of stuff you have to manage. And it's not as easy as just like throwing up a couple cameras and saying, hey, let's do this.
Yeah. And to your point, right, there's a lot of guys behind the scenes you don't know about.
Yes. And a big thank you to them guys. And I don't know if they're going to watch it. They may edit it, right?
I'll edit this part out.
But thanks to the larger hidden staff of DFA for doing the great job that they do. And
they're
very important.
They're very important, and they're doing it. We're all doing it as a sort of a passion project, right?
Absolutely.
And Ben, what did you say earlier? At some point, right, the passion has to meet reality.
It does.
And when we look at the amount of hours and time it takes to sort of stay at this level, we want to get it to the next level. We want to keep it there. It's really about making this sustainable, right? Yeah. So the Kickstarter, what is it, Ben? Great question. I'm glad you asked.
I was getting there.
So first of all, why don't we talk about how it's different from Patreon?
Yes, that's a very important thing.
So Patreon's not going away.
Absolutely not.
Patreon's going to have a series of tiers as it does today. They're not changing. Yeah. The perks associated with those tiers are not changing. Exactly. And they don't overlap with the Kickstarter.
No, it's a different thing.
We're also not doing any like physical product fulfillment with the Kickstarter.
No.
What we promise are things that we know we can deliver on.
Yes.
All right. So there's a base target, and it basically funds 24 to 30 videos, something like that, right? But then there are a series of reasonable stretch goals that get us to the next level, next year, to a full year of content and beyond, including a full year of jump point every month, right? Yeah. 12 jump point.
And that was something that from the very beginning was really important to you, and I think for the rest of us as well, was to make sure that when we told you all, hey, we're going to do this and this is the stuff we're planning, it was something we could actually deliver for you, achieve for you. Because we don't want to promise here and not be able to deliver that.
Dare I say there's nothing worse than a Kickstarter that you never get. Speaking of which, one of our stretch goals is bringing Tom back to the studio.
Yes.
That's true. That's a stretch goal.
That's super exciting.
Tom can be bribed. So let's see if we can make that stretch goal happen.
Every man has his price.
But the first series of stretch goals is basically all content-based. We're going to introduce new content type. We've done hobby tutorials in the past. People really like them. Yeah. Kit bash, painting. Ben and I talked about trying to get these in, but they're just so time-consuming. It's hard to fit in with everything else. But I think with the right funding, we could definitely make it happen without a doubt.
I think there's also an equipment cost there that we were soaking and playing around with.
Right, we're trying to make it work.
The guys that have those painting channels on YouTube, they make it look really easy.
It's not that easy.
It's not that easy.
We did several test runs and we're like, Duncan, how do you do it?
Yeah. We were like, please call it the UK. Please teach us.
I don't speak British. That's the only problem.
I get my son on. He does a terrible accent. We'll get it.
Good God. God help us. Basically the first set of stretch goals are content-based, but then we get into some fun stuff. So we get into things like bringing back the voice acting at the beginning of the campaign battle reports, which I know so many people mention in the comments. Believe it or not, it just takes a really long time to get it right and to make it unique every time and not sound like the same thing over and over again. So that's something I think would be cool that we could bring back.
Yeah.
Of course, we joked about bringing back Tom. We have certain
But it's not
ones.
a joke.
It's not a joke. It'll happen if we hit the goal. He's already committed. And then, we have some other ones where we'll bring some people into the studio or maybe even, fly out other places and do some crossover type stuff.
That's a very good point. So there is the baseline.
Yep.
There's the achievable stretch goals. And then there's the stuff kind of that you really have wanted to do for a while.
Right.
That we just haven't been able to work in. Yeah. That we know we can manage, but we haven't been able to do it until now.
And would love to do more of that, right? Yes. But again, all this stuff has a cost. There's a limit again where passion meets reality. I don't want to get divorced over BattleTech. Just put it that way.
We've come up hard against the reality, I think, is the baseline.
Well, it's funny, as you and not to pontificate on this, but as you get in this phase of life, our kids are my oldest is about to go into high school, right? So she's in 8th grade. My twins are going to be in middle school. These are huge transitions. They're up later and up earlier, right? My sleep window is non-existent. When they were young, I look back 7 years ago, we were filming at 7:30. My kids were basically in bed, right?
Yeah.
My oldest is still up. I can hear her running around upstairs.
Now we're hitting the combat stims and
right.
Juice to our eyeballs like a couple of elementals getting ready to go in. Not really, but close. Some days.
I don't know. With funding, who knows what's possible? But
Tom will come through the door
like just juiced up, full Jade Falcon tattoos.
Oh, hell yeah.
That would be fantastic.
That would be.
And then, the biggest stretch goal of all, which of course is aspirational, and I do not really have expectation that we'll get there, but who knows, maybe you'll surprise me, is if we hit the top stretch goal, we'll do a convention. We'll rent out a hall somewhere around here. We'll throw some sort of massive, narrative event. I think it'll be really cool. I don't want to do something like, head-to-head Alpha Strike. I want to do something where everybody's part of the story. I think that'd be really cool.
I think if we just do a giant U shape,
like the old Apocalypse,
30 linear feet of BattleTech table, just like a massive thing.
I love it.
We could do it.
Do you remember the old Apocalypse tables? Yeah,
I played historical games like that.
Of course you did.
Yeah,
of course you did, Ben.
Tell you, those HMGS guys, they know how to do it.
Anyway, so, that's where we're at, guys. That's what we're thinking. And, you can find the Kickstarter link in the description. It also flash up on the screen for you. But, head on over. We had in the last 90 days, according to YouTube, 20,000, actually it was over 20, it was like 20,400 and something unique viewers.
That's a lot of people.
In a quarter.
That's a lot of people.
That's unique views. They track, and of course, who knows? I'm sure there's some duplicates in there where maybe somebody's got a VPN or whatever, right? But the reality is, even if it was half of that, and everybody threw us $10 for the year, we would hit our maximum stretch goal like that.
If you left out a coffee a week, you could really help us out.
A coffee for a day. I went to Starbucks. It was like $8 for a coffee.
Yeah.
We're talking about $10 for the whole year.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, if we had half of our unique viewers do that, right? We would blow the doors off of everything. We're not asking for a ton. If you want to give a ton, there's higher level tiers. Yeah. They do have some neat little rewards. Like the highest ones, we could talk about like getting your named character in one of our battle reports, things like that. But if we do hit our base tier, all of the content would be 100% ad free. I would just shut it off on YouTube entirely so that you guys could, you can watch it. There'd be no pre-reel ads, no post-reel ads, nothing in the middle. Everything would be content.
For clarification, if you don't know, you have to pay YouTube to get that feature.
Yeah, exactly. So basically that would be offset by the Kickstarter. So we get that, we get the content, and then some of the higher tiers. You guys can check it out in the Kickstarter. There's some fun things in there. So, but that's about that. Ben, what are your thoughts?
I'm excited about the possibilities.
Me too.
I'm really jazzed about the things that we are looking towards if we're able to meet everything.
Yeah.
I'm also really satisfied and happy if we don't get like all the pie in the sky stuff, right? Yeah. I'm just happy that we'll be able to kind of worry-free continue.
That's right.
How we've been going.
Yeah,
I think that's really
important. We'll kind of know where it stands, and we'll know, what to produce that's congruent with that, right?
Yeah.
The other thing that I'll bring up, one closing thought for me is, from a production perspective, right? Let's say, and you'll see this in the Kickstarter, there are 4 narrative campaigns, right? And they're like locked right now. And as we hit stretch goals, you'll get to unlock them and you'll see what they are. Patreon, we've already previewed the first one, so they know what that is. And some of the veterans have seen some of the other ones already as well. But knowing kind of what the campaigns are allows us to tune everything around it, right? So like the campaign pack would be like, let's say 3 battle reports, 2 battlytics, and a hobby tutorial.
Yeah.
So if we're doing, clan, I don't know, Snow Monkey against House Billy Bob, and we have our forces set up. I know that maybe I'm going to do a kit bash rifleman for this. Cool. Like I can do that. Like we can film all this stuff ahead of time. Like the way we can produce and deliver the content, I think, would be much stronger too.
So that's an example of what you're talking about with doing the kit bash and all that. That's an example of stuff that people have asked for.
Yeah.
That you just didn't have the bandwidth to accomplish in one thing. And I know it sounds like, what do you mean you can't plan that ahead? You couldn't. You didn't have the time to. So being able to take a battle report and give battlytics for units that you guys are going to see on the table.
Yep.
Instead of having to ask us, hey, do a battlytics on that. It's coming.
It's coming.
Right? It's coming. It's in the pipeline.
It's already happening.
So That's really neat.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see, hopefully, hobby tutorials as well. Like, here's how we, kit bash that variant.
Yeah.
Which I know we've gotten questions about too. So.
Yeah. So exciting stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, we were talking about it as a team. I guess it was last week, and I said I think it could go either way. Like either we'll be one of those sad Kickstarters where it's like some dude pledged $7 and like that's the only person, or
sad trombone music,
right?
Yeah.
Or we'll see a resurgence. But how can you help? Number one, help us out on Kickstarter. Like I said, the basic tier is $10 for the entire year. Like that's really not a lot. And two, share it. Right? Like we were at PAX. We were at PAX. I guess that was the end of November. So it was the end of November. So a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
And we met so many tremendous people.
Yeah, they were awesome.
And we talked about this in the Aces review. Just like hey, thank you for what you do.
Yeah.
We really appreciate the fact that you're plugging away at BattleTech and only BattleTech. Like people love the fact that we are dedicated to BattleTech.
Yeah. And that's something we've talked about.
Right. What we're looking for with the Kickstarter is to stick with BattleTech.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it. And that's what we want to do. But, pledge, get the word out there, boost the signal, post it, tell your friends to throw $10 at us. And that's it. I mean, that's really it. That's what we're asking for. So
it's a small, quiet way for you guys to really, if you're not part of the Patreon system for whatever reason, it's a small way for you guys to say, hey, we really like what you do. And we really appreciate that. And I think other fans of the channel, either in the Patreon pipeline or outside of the Patreon pipeline, would also really appreciate it too.
Yeah, I think that's right. I got nothing else to say about it. But guys, I hope you enjoyed that teaser video at the beginning. Just a little taste of and a little sort of
so cool.
little flashback of all the cool stuff that we've done this year, and in some prior years as well. But again, thanks to all of our patrons. Thanks for everything that you do. You guys truly have kept the lights on and the cameras rolling for this last period of time.
Yeah.
I don't even know how long Patreon's been around, like 4 or 5 years. So
but
thank you.
It's not an exaggeration either. Like
it's not.
Lights on, cameras rolling. For real.
Yeah, for real. So thank you, and I look forward to tracking this Kickstarter and hopefully we can keep the campaign rolling into 2026. But guys, that's all I've got. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching this year. Thank you for all your comments and all the good times.
Yeah.
And of course, stay tuned. Hopefully great stuff coming from From Above Wargaming. See you later.